As a missional leader, I often ask, how can we honour the past, navigate change in the present, and build for the future? We honour the past by building on our history and traditions. We navigate change because the gospel doesn't change, but the culture around us does. And we build for the future by expecting the gospel to transform lives, grow the church, and bless our local communities. This is the calling of bishops as leaders in mission, but it's also the call for every Christian to join in with. Over the last 10 years of episcopal ministry, I've learned 3 lessons. The first is about culture change. I often ask churches, who are you not reaching with the gospel? A former bishop said, the church exists for the sake of its non-members. Bishops need to create environments where permission is given to try new evangelistic projects, rooted in prayer and under authority so that fresh ideas can grow. In England, this approach led to the appointment of a bishop specifically for mission and church planting. And since then, over 1,000 new congregations have begun, not through that one person, but because permission was given from senior leadership and culture began to change. So lesson 1 is that bishops can change culture by encouraging new evangelism and new congregations. The second lesson is about encouraging a mixed ecology of church. No single model of church fits every context. Different communities require different expressions. Parish churches, but also congregations in homes, in cafes and workplaces, tower blocks, and chaplaincies where lay people explore faith with friends. The Archbishop of York calls this a mixed ecology, not a garden with one kind of plant, but with many. This diversity is not disunity. Jesus prayed for unity, but not uniformity. In 2013 in London, we set a goal to pray for 100 new congregations and churches by 2020. We'd reach the goal despite setbacks because we set an ambitious goal, gave permission, and encouraged both lay and ordained leaders to try new things. So lesson 2 is that bishops can encourage a mixed ecology where many kinds of churches flourish together. The third lesson I've learned is the value of resource churches. These are catalytic congregations formed when a team from a thriving church moves to revive a struggling one. Led by a mission-minded priest, such teams grow their congregations quickly through evangelism, vibrant worship, and outreach to the poor. They then plant and revitalise other churches using the same model. A striking example of this is at St. Peter's, Brighton. It was replanted in 2009, and in 16 years it has directly planted 10 churches and built a network of 30 other plants. So lesson 3 is that every diocese can release leaders and teams to revive churches and plant new ones. So we honour the past by daring to reach those we're not yet reaching. We navigate change in the present by encouraging a new mixed ecology of churches. And we build for the future by releasing new leaders and new disciples to share the gospel in new and renewed ways.